We still out here live from Margot's. We got Louco here today.
What's up, gang?
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
It's
Tell the people where you're from.
I was born and raised in Haiti, 1985. I came to Canada when I was 14, and I still represent my people, man. So I'm 80 born, and I'm 80 till I die.
Okay.
But I love my Canadian roots too, you know?
Yeah, Mexico.
Absolutely.
Like that. So, when did you decide to be an actor? Where did you, what birthed that hunger in your heart? You know?
I'll be honest with you. I started acting without realizing I was acting. Born and raised in Haiti, I was in, a lot of misery and suffering,
Okay.
So I was watching Home Alone, Coming to America a lot. So I was always pretending to be one of those guys. Like, one day I'm gonna get a bed, one day I'm gonna get good food, the big house, and because I didn't have all that in Haiti. So, and I was acting without realizing I was acting. When I came into Canada, and I was still afraid to become an actor. Like, the misery and the fear refrained me from taking that challenge.
Yeah.
So once I realized what I really wanted to do at 30 years old, which was 5 years ago, and I got baptized and I started meditating on it, and I realized that I need to be an actor professionally. So.
Vision got clearer.
Absolutely.
What was your first role? What was the first thing you did that you were like, this was the first notch on the belt?
This movie called Chaos Order. It's a short film. I was filming in Toronto, and I was playing a nurse. Yeah, so what was great about this role is the nurse is going through stuff at home, so you're treating the patient really bad, like screaming at them whenever they have questions, you answer like very negatively, and then so that role, for first role, really opened like the passion for me to act, that I could escape my reality. Whatever I'm going through, I can take a pause on it, become somebody else, and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. How do you prepare for a role? When you're at home, you get the call, we need you for something. How do you get into character?
Basically, like, to be honest with you, I meditate. So as soon as I get like a script, I meditate, I pray on it, and I go find out about the character's passion and history before I even memorize the lines. So when I get all that inside of me, then I really give life to that character. Because knowing his past and what he's gonna do in the present, that's how I could get it done. To make people like, oh, that's not Louco. This is like Mike, for example.
Yeah,
so that's how I
become someone else completely.
Absolutely.
How do you memorize lines when it comes to scripts? It's like, I can barely memorize a phone number. So I'm wondering, how do you keep that all in your head when you got the camera on you, trying to knock down the nervousness and just focus on remembering lines? You got a set way to get it through?
Absolutely. Good question, by the way. So I used to do poetry, stand-up poetry before.
Okay.
So you had to memorize lines. And I used to do the little hip-hop thing in the past. So again, memorize lines to get to the studio. Right. I was like that rapper, like I didn't want to read through my paper. I'm like, man, go to the studio. Okay. So when I transitioned to being an actor, it was kind of easy, not to sound cocky, it was kind of easy. Because, like the muscle memory of memorizing, there you go. So then that's how I do it with memorizing lines. And then, like I said, if I meditate and study the character, when I see the lines, it just becomes like water to me. Just refreshing, Absolutely.
Like that. Do you ever get nervous in front of the camera? I know we spoke about your first role. When would you say you get nervous, or is that completely out since the poetry and the bars?
Again, another good question, man, because you actually put it out so well. So, with the poetry I used to do back in the day, really helped me to be in front of the camera, right? Like, yeah, exactly. It's that when you in front of people, like it's like, let's say 50 to 100 people watching you have no choice to like stay in character. And when you're doing poetry and the rapping. So with the camera, I feel like it's kind of easier because you have the cameraman, you have a few directors around. But me, I don't have to look at the camera. I just have to look at my partner, my scene partner.
Focus.
And then that focus really helped me to know, like, the audience is watching, but make sure you give them something they're gonna remember. So
that's it. Focus on the craft.
Absolutely.
What do you enjoy most about acting? Throughout the roles you've had so far, what would you say is what keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated, it's the people that I'm inspiring to do something. Whether it's 4, 8 views, 10 views, 50 views, that one person that's watching me, that's saying like, oh, this made my day. It could be like something I did funny, something I said inspiring, something that I did that motivates me to keep going. Because no matter what, somebody's watching.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Love,
Exactly.
Views, right?
Exactly. You don't do it for the views, you do it for the love. And then the love you're giving, you're gonna receive it back in other ways that beyond your wildest imagination. And then karma.
Yeah.
There you go. You said it best. Karma, like people think karma is bad, but it's good karma as well. You put good out in the world, eventually it'll get back to you. And then you stay focused on that lane, then this ride is beautiful, man. You know what I mean?
So far, so good.
Yeah, indeed.
Have you ever taken any acting classes? Where does this, because I see your craft obviously getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Your roles are getting bigger and bigger.
Absolutely.
Have you ever went to any type of acting schools, or has this been all natural the whole way through?
Honestly, acting school helped a lot. So I went to an acting school in Toronto in 2015. Like literally a few months after I got baptized. I didn't waste no time to follow God's quest, I just literally went for my dreams right away. So acting school really helped a lot, but even after acting school, I'm always taking classes left and right. And every day, to be honest with you, at night or in the morning, I work on a small script just to work on my craft. So that's why every day I have a video. I know some people will be annoyed, but it doesn't matter. That's a way of me practicing. And then getting a constructive feedback or a positive feedback, that's always gonna push me. Because a negative feedback never helps you to work with something. So constructive feedbacks always helps me because it gives me a perspective of what to work on, no matter what. They give me something like, you said this wrong, you said this right, but you can do this better. I go up and work with that. So that's the key of, just the classes and working every day on your craft.
All criticism is good.
Absolutely. Well said, King. Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor? What type of movie inspires you to do even more?
So my favorite actor is Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Mark Wahlberg is my favorite actor. And Basketball Diaries was one of the first movies when I came to Canada I watched that really like, oh man, I like that energy. Because it was an angry kids dealing in the streets. So it reminded me of myself in 80. Yeah. The pressure I had, the struggling. So and then I'm like, oh man, I can do this one day. So and then his career literally inspired me, like all his movies, to really one day I hope to work with him. Correct that. One day I will work with him. So and then it's all about the good timing, the right timing, and then continue hard work.
So I found you on some roles, just scrolling through the TV. Mm-hmm. I'm a crime show buff myself. I like them all. See No Evil being one of them. I was flicking through the channels the other day and I see you pop up. It blew my mind, So I text you and be like, yo, like you putting out some serious roles out here. Yeah. No one even knows you out there like that, unless they find you, because I see you just do it organically like that.
Exactly, indeed.
I've also seen you on Mayor Kingstown now, which is definitely one of my favorite shows right now.
Yeah,
definitely a #1 show on TV now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how do you get on these roles? How do you, because I know they do casting calls and stuff like that. Yeah. How do you find roles like that? How did you end up there?
Yeah, so like I got 2 agents, right? I got one in Toronto, one in Vancouver. So my agent's been like doing their parts and finding me those like scripts and those auditions and me literally like working hard. And like I said before, I don't post about things that I do for people or even I do for like directors. I just do the work. When the work comes out, they'll see it because I'm still working. I'm not stopping working to like, oh my God, look at I'm the best. No. So for me, the crime shows that you love, I love crime shows, and then one of the main reasons is because they teach you something that you don't have to do right now from the past that got this person caught up in something like bad stuff. Yeah. So it teaches you lessons to not repeat the same mistakes. So that's what I love about crime shows, right? I was like, okay, man, this guy did that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay away from that. So me being part of it, I love it. Like one day we're gonna be like, oh, I didn't do it because that character Louco played made me drop this thing,
What about Mayor Kingstown? How was being on set of that?
Man, Mayor Kingstown so far is my biggest role. I'm playing a Crip. That was the main capo of the main character that's in jail right now. The lieutenant, basically. So Mayor Kingstown for me is always gonna be dear to my heart because one of my favorite Jeremy Renner was in the same makeup room as me. So you know, and I remain a professional because I didn't want to remain unprofessional because I'm such a huge fan. I didn't want to act like a group, you know. I gotta keep it real. So just see him in the makeup room, knowing I'm in the same show as him, and being so early in my career, that was humbling. And then that pushed me so far. And then the fact that after I was done on set, and then a couple of directors and producers, and then some of the main actors came like, dude, that was a great job. Like, that was really intense. And then that for me, that 49 seconds I'm in the show means everything, you know? And then that's the moment. It's about like the compliments, you know, the motivation, and then the background. That's what gets me going, you know? Absolutely, absolutely.
Congratulations on
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Thank you.
So we talked about a lot of accomplishments. You know, I know you got a few awards under your belt. I see you do the monologues. You know, I think you got an award for those as well.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yes. So there was a monologue festival going on in Toronto, and I think it was about 500 submissions, and I ended up getting the first place for the comedy category. It was mind blowing because me, like I said, I'm not cocky. I love working. I just want to perfect my craft, right? And even then, there's no such thing as perfection. It's just progress. So for me, when I got the call from my lady, it's like, you want first place? I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, there's 500 people that submitted too. I was like, and then when I, you know, went on Instagram, and then the gentleman is like, yeah, you want first place? I'm like, what? And that was like my first award during the pandemic, you know? And then for comedy, I'm usually focused on drama. You know, I don't think I'm that funny, you know? But I'm like, hey, I got it. So, and then, that award, man, means a lot to me, more than just, you know, somebody writing on a paper and then posting it on social media. For me personally, knowing I compete against all those greats, upcoming actors,
still came out on top.
And then that's the only way 1804, an Asian boy could do it. You know what I mean?
What would you say the toughest part of your journey is? You know, talk about a lot of accolades, you know, a lot of positive vibes, and you know, the meditation straight. Tell us about some of the challenges, some of the problems you faced along the way.
For me, the challenge is not knowing the end. But I take it as like a positive way, you know, it's a challenge. Like, why am I doing all this for? Am I gonna make it? And then I slowly started changing that phrase in my head. I will make it. I just have to be patient for it. You know, so that challenge went from like, okay, I'll take you, man. I'll take you. I'll go against that challenge. To not question myself, not question God's timing, not question nothing except for the work I'm putting in. Am I doing my best? Right? There you go. Am I doing my best? Am I waking up early? Am I going to sleep late just to get that thing done? Am I eating properly? Drinking my water, meditating, praying? Whatever you believe in, am I doing that? And that challenge itself was hard because I was questioning if, now I changed like when will I make it? When I'm going to do
mental.
That. Absolutely.
Well, where do you see Louco 5 years from now? 3 years from now, you know? What would you like to do next? What's your vision? You know, bigger movies, TV shows? What's in your head right now?
So for me, I always see like, what do I see myself doing in the next second? And I'm gonna take that little 5-10 seconds to congratulate you for this amazing interview, and then for everything you've been doing for the neighborhood. 1804 is bumping, so that's how I live my life. The next second, what would you do? Is give compliments to somebody you look up to. That's you. So, and then to answer the question,
stop it.
You know what I mean? No, I'm being honest. Because I don't really like to think ahead that much. I like to think of the moment. You know what I mean? So like the next second, what you're gonna do is just make somebody happy and mean it. So then if, you know, we wanna answer the question for real, 3-5 years, I want God to put me somewhere I deserve to be. Not where I want to be, where I deserve to be. You know what I mean? Because where I want to be, it's probably not where He wants me to be. So it doesn't matter what I want. It's what He wants. You know?
Makes blind God laughs.
There you go. You know what I mean? So me, I just have to keep working on my second, which is just spread positivity, accept the challenge, work. That's it.
I'm straight out of Haiti. You know.
Yes.
What does UFLF mean to you?
UFLF means family. You know, it's and then the thing is, whether people think Haiti's a bad place, you know, again, that's what you hear. You have to go there. There's bad everywhere.
Exactly.
It's bad everywhere. In the
So
Haiti,
good everywhere.
you know what I mean? Well said. So for me, UFLF means family because I'm trying to connect with as many issues I can connect with so we could change the perspective on how to live life. We don't have to fight against each other. We don't have to compete. We could all come up together. You know? There's a reason why there's endless numbers. I could get $2, you get $4, doesn't matter. If I keep working hard, I'm gonna get $4, you're gonna get $6.
Exactly.
So we just have to keep on moving. We don't have to compete. I don't have to be like, I have this, he doesn't have this. So we know for that false again, saying it's family. Let's be a family. Let's represent it the way you doing it. Like the way you're doing it for Ottawa right now, everybody around the world, they're gonna keep watching you because that's how you do it. Do it like Ross does it. You know what I mean? Get the community together and then just spread positivity, give back. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can leave here, man. The physical body is like a rental car. You're gonna keep using it, you're gonna keep driving it, but you can never go away with it. You could get out of it.
Yeah.
We are the spirit of this life.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
That's beautiful right there.
Family.
That's
it.
right
Thank you. Thank you.
Off the record, just like that, or maybe on the record, I have a question.
Yeah, no worries.
If you could have played any role, which one would it have
It'd
been?
be me. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good question. I really, this is probably gonna shock everybody. Training Day, Denzel's role, you know, Alonzo. The reason why is because the passion, because I really feel like I'm filled with passion, and I think I would have and I did a monologue for one of the scenes when he's people loved it. So I'm not trying to be not talking about something I know I could do. If I could get back, if I could go back in time and I had the chance to get that role, that's a role I would get. Alonzo from Training Day. I really love the work that he did. Knowing the passion that I have for acting, I think I would have done as amazing as the legendary Denzel did.
That's good.
I just want to take the time to thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Giving us these answers.
Absolutely.
Taking time out of your busy schedule to answer these questions for us. Go ahead and tell the people where they can reach you, where they can follow you.
I'm in social media like Instagram, Facebook. I use my real name, Louco St-Fleur, Louco space ST space FLEUR. Same thing for Instagram and Facebook. Like you said, watch me in those crime shows. I think I've done like 6 of those shows.
Name a couple shows.
Yeah, Mayor of Kingstown's See No Evil, Fear the Neighbor. I'm in that commercial, Don't Drive High, that came out a couple of years ago. I'm playing the paramedic. I'm also in the People's Jewelry commercial.
Let's go.
I'm also a Ticket Web commercial.
Let's go.
I'm not trying to be cocky. This is confidence. All this is just to give you confidence.
Exactly.
And then just motivation. Motivation for you to, whatever you're doing in life, just to keep doing it. And then just as you can see when you're on my social media, you're going to see I'm humble. I'm not perfect. I'm still a human, but I'm connected spiritually with God. And I'm just using this body as a temple to get the job done before I disconnect.
You have it here, folks. UFLF from Margos.
1804 for life.
See you guys next time.